So, how do we interview data scientists, especially in the biotech and research space? What do we look for? And what does this process look like? I wanted to demystify it for you, at least from my own experience. There are at least 5 key attributes that I look for. Firstly, great communication skills. Secondly, great people skills. Thirdly, coding skills. Fourthly, modeling knowledge. And finally, scientific knowledge. Let's talk about them briefly. Your communication skills on display during the interview will help us assess whether you'd be able to speak with a wide range of audiences, including junior teammates, experienced scientists, and non-technical business folks. They'll also give us a hint as to whether you'd be great at mentoring. I primarily assess your communication skills in your seminar, but also pay attention to it throughout the interview process. We assess your people skills to see whether you'd be a great teammate and collaborator. I usually assess this by asking you to describe your toughest and most challenging situation and how you handled it. The more detail you can provide while also being succinct, the better. For coding skills, I have a preference for doing a live code review on a code repository that you're most proud of. Where I work, code review is an actual activity. Here, I want to know if you've got the instincts for organizing code. If so, it should be reflected in your best work. I also want to see where you're at with documentation and testing to see how much extra coaching we're going to need to do if we were to take you on. Naturally, the more advanced you are, the better. Modeling skills is where I look to see if you have a skill set that is differentiated from other candidates. Most candidates come in knowing scikit-learn and PyTorch or TensorFlow from their coursework and probably know how to use pre-built models from those libraries. However, well-differentiated candidates will have something special that goes above and beyond what everyone else knows. Examples include building mechanistic models using growing frameworks like JAX, or using a probabilistic programming language like PyMC. I usually assess this knowledge through the candidate's choice of project. Finally, for scientific knowledge, this is essentially domain knowledge. For the data science team that I lead, which is in the biotech research space, having some kind of scientific training is a requirement because our work touches on scientific data and we collaborate on scientific projects with other scientists. In other domains, though, that might be less of a necessity for now. I usually assess domain knowledge through the candidate's project and try to go deep into questions when interviewing the candidate. As always, the more detail that you can provide while remaining on point and succinct, the better. Those are the 5 areas that I look at. Other hiring managers may look at a slightly different combination of traits or weight them differently depending on their local context. I hope this helped demystify what we're looking for in a data science candidate, and thanks for listening.